Hey there, folks. I'm Zerfall,
I'm a little Japanese girl named Serious Gigi.
and welcome to a new Let's Play adventure. This is gonna be a one-shot, I think. Let's apply our transformation first, though, for our magical adventure.
Transformed this into a multi-episode series.
Oh, there's the Joker.
So I'll need this from a single screenshot, huh?
Yep.
I did look it up. I found weird video essays from somebody I couldn't listen to for more than 5 minutes, explaining its significance.
Hey, we're praying here with a nun that's just a nun in training, I think.
She's none too capable.
This is Saint-Tail.
Kaitō Seinto, copyright Matt's Messy Room, which I doubt is really the game producer.
No, it's probably TKABCDT. Let's get into it here. So this game, it's got a story mode. It's we thought this was gonna be a pretty long game, and then we didn't read the story when we were testing it out, and turns out it's not so long after all.
Do you want to tell the whole story of how we tested this game?
Well, yeah. So we were doing a sound test just to make sure the recording was proper, and we tried out a little bit of the game, and we thought we were moving on to the next stage or something like that, and then it was just like, and that's the end. And we were like, whoa.
Yeah, we somehow just got sucked into playing through the entire game in what was supposed to be a sound test. And then I thought, you know what? The silver lining in this cloud is that, like, we were even less guarded than usual. And you know how we're noted for being incredibly guarded.
Yes.
And careful and pre-scripted and professional. I was like, hey, we're even less guarded than usual. I mean, make sure we didn't drop any words you really don't want on your channel at all, and post it. And that's when we found out that
game audio did not record.
Yeah, so it's a good thing we did a sound test because it didn't work.
Yes. So we're gonna get into the story here.
But as we read the story, you'll see it's pretty clear. We skipped past the story to get right into the gameplay for sound purposes. If we'd paid attention to the story, it would have been pretty damn clear that this was going to resolve quickly.
Yes.
It's sound test time. A girl named Sayori has stopped by seeking our help. Her grandfather is a gemstone appraiser. And then she changes the slide on the presentation behind her.
Click, click.
One day, a jeweler brought 10 gems in to be appraised.
This guy isn't even a jeweler. This guy only appraises jewels. That's how good he is.
The jeweler, Mr. Kaido, said 5 were valuable. The other 5? A bunch of shit. The other 5 were imitations of the real gemstones. So this is like an examination for the appraiser.
Yep.
Fakes had been created to deter would-be thieves.
Now, here's the thing. They stored them in the same case. So, like, would-be thieves would be like, oh man, there's 10 gems here. This is amazing. And then they would take them.
Well, I think you might have found the flaw in this theft of the day episode of a show for, like, Japanese 9-year-olds. Unfortunately, they were a bit too well crafted. This is like finding the logical flaw in Queen Beryl's plan. Mr. Kaido forgot which were the real stones. Semicolon. I expect to see a fully dependent clause and not an independent clause following. Therefore, he brought them all in for appraisal. Click.
There are some miracles even God can't perform. Such as creating a gem so perfect that even he can't tell if it's a gem or not.
We just lost the red states, so that's... No wonder they never brought this thing over to the States. So I was reading about this series on Wikipedia. They did, like, the first season was dubbed into English, but purists hated it because they essentially had to remove the nun character because she could offend Christians. And here's, like, the first line of dialogue from her hero is, God ain't shit.
This being one of them.
Well, Sayori is the one who came to talk with us. And by us, I mean me, since I'm telling you about it after the fact.
Yep. She's a big fan of these semicolons.
Which is not, that is not a proper semicolon. What came before it is not an independent clause. Her grandfather is the person seeking our help. So I get all hot and bothered when you point out a logical flaw, but I'm going to jump in on the grammar.
What do you mean?
That's messy room. You are not using semicolons right. Her grandfather became enchanted with their charm. On a sudden whim, he declared the forgeries real. He then bought the real gems for peanuts as fakes.
He became so enamored with the fakes that he declared them real and then was like, but while you're here, I'll buy the fakes from you for cheap.
Even though they were his? Yeah, no, wait a second. Were they his when he had them appraised?
Well, the appraiser's a different person from the jeweler.
Yeah, but who's the owner? Is this like Samuel Parr getting people to help him steal a Chinese bull that he was supposed to be auctioning? Yeah, different thing.
Well, that was an excellent con, now wasn't it?
Everyone makes mistakes, including in their use of semicolons. However, those who repent their sins are good souls. Now go out there, lightning, and save the souls of the people before the end of the world. I think I'd like to try helping him this time. Next time we'll try sending him to the police.
How so?
Is that so? Afterward, Mr. Kaitō sold the copies. 5 wealthy people purchased them as real jewels.
So what would you have us do now?
Talking heroin? What do you think might settle this peacefully? I'm not interested in peace. Punish the guilty through violence.
Well, did Saori happen to bring the real jewels with her? How about I switch the real jewels for the fake ones?
Great idea, but she didn't bring the real jewels with her, sorry. My thoughts exactly.
Oh, click, click. The real jewels? I'm so surprised they're here, even though I suggested that might have been what happened.
Break in to, separate words, the various wealthy people's estates. Swap the replicas with the authentic gemstones. It's time for the mysterious thief's Saint tale. That's great, because those wealthy people who have money to waste on jewels when they could be helping others, they deserve to have people committing additional crimes on their behalf that they're not even aware are being committed. Unlike
Hey,
the crimes
they all made their
up.
money without lending things to anybody with interest.
Are you so okay? So these are wealthy, practicing and observant Muslims. No, Muslims are allowed to lend money with interest, just not to other Muslims. Never mind.
And back in the day, Catholics were allowed to do it too, as long as you didn't have interest. You just had heavy late fees, and people always paid late on purpose.
Mm-hmm. What I'm getting at is that rich people generally don't need the less fortunate committing crimes to benefit the rich people.
They're reverse crimes.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, so basically we were like, get your hands on 5 fake gems and the story's over. So as we were collecting our 5th gem, we were like, I wonder what the next chapter of this game will be. I suppose you could see that story and think that was the story of, like, episode 1.
Episode 1.
And there would be more, but no. That's kind of going to be it.
Story mode, main game. Description: as you as Saint Tail, must sneak into 5 people's mansions. Description: once inside, you will switch the fake gems with real ones. Description: each house holds 1 minigame. Swap 1 gem for each game won. Description: getting caught by the security guards is a mistake. Description: if you make a total of 5 mistakes, you lose and it's game over.
I wish that was true for Donald Trump.
How to play: move with the D-pad. Use magic cards with buttons 1 or 2. No matter which one you press, it does magic, and it's random which magic spell you get. How to play: collected magic cards can also be used at a star point to leap. There is only 1 star point in this game.
And that's how you win the game. So.
But
But no, yeah, I just realized that it might sound like I'm a communist. So a cute thing that happened over the last couple of days is Bobo the Vulture, friend of children everywhere. He was posting on the Facebooks about something that Baby Bronco said. So Baby Bronco, I guess Vulture Bobo was getting ready to go to work, and Baby Bronco wanted him to stay and hang out. And Vulture Bobo, well, let's wait until this exciting gameplay is done. We're gonna use our magic to get past enemies here.
Yeah, watch out for the bells. There we go.
For a minute, I thought I'd failed. It only knocked one of them out. Will you win this time?
I'm not gonna lose. Minigame 3. Image slots. Complete image turn points. Description. Use slots to try to complete a montage of the characters' faces. Description. The game lasts 5 rounds. To win, score 10 points. How to play. Stop the slots with buttons 1 or 2 4 times the D-pad isn't used. 4 times the D-pad isn't used! And 1 time that it is. You won't believe number 3.
Screw you, Matt's messy room. Sorry.
The first 3 presses are to try to make a complete portrait. The last press is chance.
In their translation open, like right in the title screen, include in their translation notes, this game is incredibly short. Also, make sure that you're recording game sound. This is their fault.
It's all their fault. You can either win or lose points.
So as you'll see, there's only 4 characters. There's Saint Tail. There's Mimi, who is Saint Tail while not transformed. There's Asuka Jr., who's kind of the villain, even though he's also untransformed Tuxedo Mask. And there's Syra, who is the nun girl. Oh, we're on the right track here, Zerfall. I won't try. I'll tell my Bobo story after you've got this first turn.
This one is pretty much chance, though.
Yeah.
-1.
So he got 10 points for getting Saint Tail, but lost 1 because of the bonus at the end.
Yep.
So, but yeah, Bobo on the Facebook says, Bronco asks him, Daddy, why do you have to go to work? Because he's going to work, and Bronco wants him to stay home and play. And Bobo says, well, do you know what money is? Oh, this is not going to get any points here, Zerfall. He's wearing a Saint Tail hat.
Yep. And now it's going to ruin the pattern.
But, yeah, so Bobo says to Bronco, well, Bronco, do you know what money is? And Bronco says, yeah, it's what the bad people steal. It's what the bad people steal from people. Because he's familiar with money from, comic book adventure stories. I think I've messed this story up already. Anyway, the point is Bobo's like, I swear I haven't been reading him Das Kapital at bedtime, that he believes money is the thing that bad people take from good people. And I thought that was funny. But I also then, in my reply to this, said, actually, that kind of reads like he might have been reading him Ayn Rand at bedtime. Like, I'm pretty sure that's how we ended up with, like, Paul Ryan. Like, oh, you take money from people, to, like, provide public services, for example, you are evil. Yep. How many points do you need to win this thing?
10.
Okay, so we're going to be all right.
Yeah, I'm just skipping through now. I can't possibly lose enough points. That's like the opposite of Little Zerfina, who was like, hey, instead of shearing sheep with people doing it, we should make a robot that shears all the sheep, and then you don't have to pay them.
I think you messed up your own story.
That's pretty much what happened.
But wouldn't it be great if we had a robot that could shear sheep so people didn't have to? And you said, well, what about those people whose job would have been to shear the sheep? And she said, oh no, it's even better because now you don't have to pay them.
There we go, we got our spell off.
And we almost had a mistake there.
It would be a mistake to be caught by a card.
I don't remember if anything happens when you make a mistake other than you appear at the beginning. Like, is there a
Oh
special...
no, you don't even appear at the beginning. You just flash and then you lose a chance.
Will you win this time?
I'm not gonna lose. Minigame 5. Jumble Jig. Complete the picture. Oh, right, this is just a puzzle. Combine the 25 panels so that they make one cohesive image. How to play. Move the cursor with the D-pad. Use button 1 to grasp panels.
Why don't you tell us what is a cohesive image? Maybe we have a different idea of what we consider cohesive.
How to play. Use button 1 to place panels. Use button 2 to return panels.
Oh, that's not the same picture as last time. Huh.
No, but they were kind enough to just I don't want this piece. I want this piece. These are all in the right order.
Yeah, they kind of are, aren't they? So, is she? She's not as creepy as Sailor Moon, is she? Just in that her outfit, she's got tights on, and it's not bare legs. That makes it less creepy, right? Or is it about the same?
I don't know. It's not that different. And her transformation, I guess I don't know because I haven't seen the actual anime, but she seemed like she was a little more...
Oh yeah, that's right. She had bare shoulders in the transformation, but neither the outfit she transformed from or into features bare shoulders.
Or are you gonna possibly make this in time?
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, there's a ton of time, isn't there?
Yeah, we got 2 minutes.
I wasn't not as clear on what this one's supposed to look like at the end as I was on the prior one. There you go. The last one just had a lot of the background star field was pretty unimpeded, so you had to make sure that you filled it in right because a bunch of pieces all look very similar. Oh no, that's not right. I would finish making her and then worry about those pieces. Yeah, because you got a little bit of hand there. Yeah, that top... There you go. What am I saying? I think I've lost track of where are the pieces that still need to be done and where's the... Yeah.
I got the prize!
I'll catch you. Yeah, last time we failed a few times. We might have a perfect speed run of this.
I mean, the hard part was the top right game because it requires actually pretty okay timing. But if you get Saint Tail once, you're pretty much set. Oh, watch out! Whoa, that dude goes way further left than I expected.
Yeah, he's like Bernie Sanders left. I don't know why I'm politics tonight, but.
Just you in translated games. I will win. Minigame 2.
You will not.
Difference. Spot the difference.
Oh, this one was kind of hard, actually.
This one was kind of hard. I used my secret technique, which is the
magic
right technique. Description. A game where you locate 5 differences between 2 images. Description. Selecting a section of the image that matches is a mistake. Description. If you make a mistake 3 times, you lose the game.
You used the lethal feline secret technique, which is looking up the answer through Google.
How to play. Move the cursor with the D-pad and select with button 1 or 2. I just cross my eyes when it's showing. Whoa, those eyebrows.
I think that's 2 of them right there.
It is, and the 4 is different in the bottom right as well. So I'm going to hit that one up first.
Oh, I forgot you don't have very long to figure this out, do you?
No. All right, we got 4 of them.
It's a circle, not a heart at the top.
Yeah.
So we got to find one more thing, and it's...
it's going to be like one of the stars or something like that. Yep. The star at the right is a planet.
Yeah, it's like the far right corner and then down 1.
I didn't even have to use my secret technique this time. Which is crossing your eyes until the images overlap, and then the differences pop out because they're, they don't line up.
Causing permanent damage to your eyes. But it's worth it.
Is there anything this way? I guess that's how we came in.
It's a special bonus loot path.
There might be an angry baby at the end of this with a club and turned to stone.
Well, I have to go. And you know what? We have to recreate that, and I won't be able to get the angry baby to respawn.
Because you saved the game.
Well, yeah, because we won and saved the game, and that. Neo 2, folks. Go watch like 170 videos into Neo 2 to see what we're talking about. Be one of the few and proud to watch that video.
Now, you know the rich are mega rich in this because their houses are so big, they don't even fit on screen.
Yeah.
But the poor people's houses or regular people are shorter than the
so small that you can't even fit through the door. Like, she could live in that house, but only if like one of the walls we can't see is actually just completely a hole that you crawl into.
You just get down all fours and crawl into the house.
It's like a doghouse. Like, look up on the YouTubes there, Norm Macdonald logic joke, and you'll find out how you can. Doghouse, and whether someone owns one will help you determine their sexual orientation. Thanks to something he learned at the University of Science. Hey, see, that's a trick trap right there.
It was. He came up from off screen.
Will you win this time?
I'm not gonna lose. Minigame 4, Jewel Drop. Do you like playing columns? Because if you do, match 4 jewels. Description: 3 gems will drop. Match 4 gems that are alike to earn points. Description: 4 matching gems break. The game ends when the gems pile up. In 1-player mode, you win if you reach 1,000 points. Oh, okay. See, this is a good thing we read now. In 2-player mode, you lose if your gems pile up first. Use left and right to move up and down controls speed. Use button 1 or 2 to rearrange the order of the gems.
Okay. I'm glad it
up doesn't do anything.
It doesn't give a. Well, down probably just moves it down quickly. Right?
Yeah.
But I like that the game is like recognizes that there's no point in like actually having the directions for 1-player mode appear when you're playing 1-player mode. I mean, that's nobody would do that. This game's going all out as far as recycling stuff from other games.
Yep. To be fair, this, this
game
game was released as an actual full-on game. Like, Columns was a game that people were like, hey, this is...
Yeah. And this game is about an adorable little thief, so I guess it makes sense that she would be stealing other games.
Whoops.
Yeah, I'm consistently second-guessing your decisions, and like, who cares, really? Zerfall.
I'm building up a combo here.
I have seen no indication that doing these combos is going to give you a score. Oh, man.
Now let's see, check it out.
You need to red down at the bottom, which you almost didn't do.
Man. There we go, check this out. Look! Boom!
I mean, it's structured in such a way that you can't help but do it right occasionally.
I don't see what you're saying.
You'd have actually gotten even more if you'd rolled that thing in any other way. But you're very close now to having enough to win the thing, so...
Yeah, and then we can just get game over instead of timing it out like we did last time.
Ah, that's true. You can rotate these things as well, can't you?
No, you can only shuffle through them.
Well, you don't actually have enough points yet.
Listen,
you're close, but you're not there, so... You know.
Okay, this one can go in that spot. It's hard to line it up because they come back on screen so fast you don't know what shape it actually is. Oh, we got enough now.
I figured it's going to be 3 vertical. That would be my guess as to what
shape.
Well,
no, I don't mean the shape. I mean, like, unless you take the time to look over, unless you had a combo, you're not...
Anyway, you got enough points now,
yeah,
so
fill it up.
You win.
One. We didn't know that you had to get 1,000 points last time because we were skipping through everything. And so we played through the whole thing. He won't catch us.
So we got 4 gems, man. We're close.
I think there might be another house over here still. Nope. I can't remember if there was one more on the right or if it's just the jump the star thing, but
I don't remember. I thought the jump the star was to win the game after you already had the last gem, but it might be how you get the last
I
gem.
think it's how you get to the last house.
Now, this whole storyline reminds me of a actually really good Doctor Who episode from the 70s that involved a time-traveling... It wasn't quite a time-traveling criminal. It's weird. It's a criminal who simultaneously existed across multiple crime, time zones. Well, I'll explain in a minute, because it's worth explaining, and we can do it over the ending scene. Because I think you're about to win the game.
Well, no, because we still have to do one more minigame.
Yeah, but this one's going to involve all of your concentration. I want to distract you.
Minigame 6. Fast Magic. Pulse-pounding magic game. Description. Enter magic commands shown on the screen before your opponent.
Close. Yeah, I thought it was next at all.
Yeah, no, we're not escaping yet. We're just getting one more gem. Description. Being the first successful entry earns you 1 point. Description. The first challenger to 5 points wins the game. How to play. Input magic moves using the D-pad. Button 1 and button 2 are unused.
It's rather similar to something you might play against cats for a prize in a Tails game.
I'm finally using that hat, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was wondering about that. So yeah, Suka Jr.'s a handsome devil, isn't he?
He is. I'm interested in how this safe just tells you the code.
Through a little monitor.
Not in how it does it, in the why, I guess. Let's let him win one here. There.
Yeah, look at that sexy pose. I'm disappointed neither of them have I'm sad I lost faces. That would have been a lot of extra work. 89.
I got the prize.
I'll get you.
And he will catch us. Oh!
You won't get away, Seinto. Now, Zerfall wondering whether he was supposed to try to capture the bombs.
No,
for
go down!
points.
Ah! The game is just, you can't go down fast enough. There's no down button.
Win, Seinto.
I won't lose again.
No, you're clearly dead. It's not like you lost a game of, matching shapes. You just fell to your death.
All of your buttons make you go up. And this is the fastest you can go down. Last time he got hit by that, and it was our saving
No,
grace.
but in the off-screen sound tests, Zerfall kept thinking, oh, that one's probably a bonus power-up that I need to touch. It's like, no.
Well, there was something that looked good. I can't remember what it was.
It looks like he's not supposed to hit these obstacles. You're just supposed to fly
Is
a
there
really
a way to,
long
make
way.
him mess up? Get in his way?
It doesn't look like you touching him doesn't do anything.
Oh! Oh, those are just balloons. Okay. Jeez. Oh! Quit overlapping me, jerk.
Oh, no. Yeah,
He's taking my strats!
I think you got some RNG minute last time that you got the
quick kill.
the path where
He just walked right into a bomb. He was like, hey, this
yeah.
die. I'm assuming we get away if we get to goal?
Yeah, I think so too. We didn't even have something where... Oh, did he shoot something at you there?
No,
we
it was
didn't
just
even have something last time where
cute.
we got to the end of a long run. It's just like he flew right into a freaking bomb, and now it'll suck if you have to be to the left of him when you reach the goal. But I don't think that's how it works.
Oh, we're to the left of him now.
Just stay on the right. Stay on target. This is the final challenge of the game, Zerfall.
Oh, it's just... Hey, Saint Tail won!
Yeah.
So he can just die, in the first 2 seconds, and it's great when it happens, but... I got the prize, which was my freedom.
I'll catch you in the sequel. Yeah, but the thing is, she actually wants to be caught. That's part of the whole message of the game. She keeps evading him, but in the end, she wants to be caught.
Better luck next time. Bye-bye! The end.
Yep.
There's no hey, and because you got to the end, she got away, and then she met up with her friend and was like, hey, I did the thing, and here's the story.
That's like that that wouldn't have made it like freaking Final Fantasy VI level ending, but it seems like something more was needed. It's like, man, if you don't rescue Shadow, you get a better ending for Shadow than this. Anyway.
But thanks to these
So there's
people.
an episode of Doctor Who from the 70s where this villain, who simultaneously lives during the time of like Michelangelo and not Michelangelo, the guy who painted the Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci. He simultaneously lives in Leonardo time and in modern times. So he pays Leonardo to paint like 10 Mona Lisas, and has 9 of them like secretly hidden so that one of them can become famous. And then in modern times, he plans to steal the Mona Lisa so that he can sell 10 Mona Lisas on the international criminal market. And it's kind of like, sorry, Saint Hill, Doctor Who got there first.
What doesn't he like paint underneath it or something?
Yes. The doctor travels back in time after Leonardo's been given these instructions and asks Leonardo to paint "This is a fake" on the canvas and then paint a legitimate Mona Lisa over it, so that modern scanning technologies will detect that this is a fake. It's written on 9.
It's just like a void check that got photocopied.
Yeah. And what really it's kind of like they're having fun with it. It's actually Douglas Adams wrote that episode. It's of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fame. And like it's a fun little conceit. And even if you don't think, wait, are the fake Mona Lisas any less real than the real Mona Lisa if they were also painted by Da Vinci?
No, they're not.
And without knowing why, he painted "This is a fake" underneath. They're all real, or none of them are real.
It's just amazing that the one that the guy left happens to be the 1 in 10 that doesn't say "this is a fake" underneath it.
I don't think it's by chance, but it's the same theme as Saint Hill. If you can't tell the difference between the real gems and the fake gems, what is the point of stealing the real gems? And what it is that some of the gems were artificial gems, so they're absolutely the exact same chemically. It's just that they were grown in a lab, so artificially they're not as good. It's kind of like 5 of these gems were made artificially. 5 of these gems cost the life of African children in the mines. So clearly those are more valuable and are the ones that the rich people would want.
Yeah. Well, they like the stories that come with their items, right?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And that's really, I think, the message of this adorable little game based on a little girl, magical girl anime, that rich people love the suffering of African children. That's what they were going for with this. That's the main takeaway for this game for me.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it right
shoulders. He was wearing. Her shoulders were covered before she transformed. Her shoulders were covered after. While she's transforming.
I think her costume has.
Oh no, you're right. They have.
It's just the shoulders that are showing.
Yeah. This. Even though that was the big problem with Sailor Moon, you had these like really short skirts and these bare legs on these little preteen girls. But this one is for shoulder fetishists. There's no way it's just an innocent game for girls. I refuse to accept that. There has to be something gross and disgusting going on.
And with that note, we'll see you guys some other time.
See you for the next cute little child game that we can ruin.
Bye.
Bye.